きあなたは私をハッピーに感じさせます。気持ちが抑えられない私たちの邪魔をする人を愛します何がかってもこの気持ちはロンに違いない感じこのロを保ちなさい私はあなたの愛をつかみますそれがあなたのハートを止めるなら誰の血を浴びるいるべき空気になりますナイフで体のへに一つこの愛は致命的すぎる私はあなたを頼もう殺します全部策の余地はありません私はあなたを連れて行きますこの気持ちはロンに違いない感じこのロを保ちなさい私はあなたの愛をつかみますそれがあなたのハートを止めるならこの気持ちはロンに違いない感じこのロを保ちな
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad and on and I write games for fun, so what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be doing some more work on Absolute Potential, romancing Brawl Climax. Now, give me 1 second as I readjust my life. You may be wondering, Notepad, why are we streaming so late at night? There's a few answers for that. The first of which, I fell asleep. That's the main reason. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie to any of you here. That's kind of the main reason. I kind of fell asleep like a goober. Particular reason why I fell asleep? No, I just slept. I dozed. I had soup for dinner. It was good soup, and I just dozed. I was like a bear in hibernation. It was great. Generally, the other reason was I was working on something. So I kind of talked about it last time, but I was going to kind of fix up this how to play section a little bit and add in a bunch of explanations. So I did. Stats didn't really get a big change. I did add in this. No idea what's going on with his back. I think it looked cool though. You kind of see this. I probably am going to be shifting over to some of the... I'm going to probably go 50-50 on how the art's going to be looking now. It's kind of going to have this kind of like the anime still style and kind of do like the oil painting style. I just find the oil painting seem to be a little bit more consistent to get it. Then skills. I kind of just hammered out how skills are going to look and also wrote down every single skill. This is how they're going to be laid out. I changed the categories to active dialogue and combat skills. Just to give them a little bit more differentiation on that. Also talked a little bit about additional skills, defensive skills. I changed a few of them. Let me see if I can find the ones that I changed. Oh, where did you go? Ah, yes, I changed, ooh, cup of coffee. Originally, this was Motivate. I changed Motivate to Chutzpah. Because that's kind of the idea of what it was. It's extreme self-confidence and audacity. And I think for someone who can really only take that if they're the hero consistently, I think that really does speak volumes about how the character should be acting. It's like, yeah, you have maximum chutzpah. You have extreme self-confidence in your ability that you just fell face forward into a situation and planted both hands very firmly on this innocent woman's, breasts. Have fun. You're gonna get your shit kicked, but that's why you also invested in rebound. But yes, that did also this also kind of segued into turning faith into motivation of others, which did kind of make me debate on giving where actually made class made switching out maid's diplomacy for faith. Just to give them a little bit of a difference. Just to give them a little bit, different things. What I should do is maybe do something like this. Actually give them 0 melee. Just do them all. There we go. That would work. But yeah, give them a little bit more to kind of play around with. This still did lead to this piece, which was actually completely unintentional and came out with some very funny ones. Fun fact. There's a few test ones of that particular gen that just did not work. Many yaoi things there were a lot of yaoi things for unintentional reasons. But hey, that's half the fun. Abilities kind of got a little bit more clarified. Actually talked about links a little bit. Generally speaking, we're only going to go up to rank. We're going to have 10 ranks of links. However, any link past rank 5, they can bind the link, pretty much solidifying it, or they can drift away from them if they're not as important to them. It shouldn't be difficult to bump up links. That's the important thing. It should not be difficult to, but it should not be simple to either. It's kind of like, it's going to get more complicated the higher it gets. I might need to put out a chart. I'll probably put the chart later on in the section we might be doing today. But generally speaking, these are the 3 types of links you're going to be forming. If you form link with bonds, otherwise known as named characters, they're going to provides either a service or a skill equal to the link rank. Hey, the librarian Serena may provide a +3 to library use judgments. You have a new skill called library use, effectively, which doesn't seem very useful, but hey, you might not have the research skill, but you have Serena to help you out with that. Or access to the library's secretive collection of books. This is like the Rivals and Persona ones have a little bit different. Pretty much you're able to use link actions up to the link rank with the Persona. Not Perona. That's very different. Persona. And your Rivals have feud actions. Kind of the idea, what I want to do here is like you can, if you have something with somebody, you can pretty much say, hey, I can use this ability with you. Like if I only have like a link 3 with you, I can use it 3 times. I can boost you up 3 times, or I can do something with you 3 times to help you out. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but it kind of adds up. Rivals, on the other hand, you kind of have your feud actions, which allows you just to do a shit ton more damage or something like that. That's kind of the ideal there. Generally speaking, those are the 2 that I'm like, how's the best to track that? Because it is very much a, hey, you might have 3 actions with this character, you might have 4 actions with this character, or something like that. That could get a little bit confusing to track, especially if you're like going a lot and dealing how links are not mutual, if that makes sense. Like, if my link to you is 4, your link to me might only be 3. The likelihood of that is fairly low, but it is possible. Especially if someone says, hey, I'm just gonna bind the link. We're rank 6. I'm just gonna bind the link with you. You may be saying, wow, that's kind of fucked up. Like, you just pretty much ended, not necessarily ended the relationship, but it's like you kind of ended my chances a little bit. Ooh. And because I've been forcefully educated about, I've been, kind of like, okay, I can still build this up if I want, but it might be a little bit different. I might change that later. I might not. I don't know. Now I do have this gigantic white space here. Don't know what I want to do with that. Nothing really changed here. Kind of changed the demon again. I don't know how I want to do that yet. We're gonna be working. We'll play it by ear. That's how we've been doing things, right? That's how we've been doing things. As you can kind of see here, classes, everything, nothing's really changed with classes. They have their same amount. They have 5 AL to distribute among all their abilities. Nothing really changed here because none of the skills really changed at all. So, what is the plan today? The plan today is the 4-act system. 4-act system is fairly simple. It's going to be how the game is actually fucking played. Cool. Neato. That's really it. That's the plan. It's just going to be how the game is actively played. The 4-act system is going to be our phase system from most JRPGs. In fact, JTRPGs. These 4 phases are going to be pretty simple. We're going to have the introduction phase. What is the introduction phase all about? Introducing the situation. Easy enough to understand. Then we're going to have our drama phase. Now, what's the drama phase? This is pretty much, drama. What's going to happen here? Characters are going to build and develop links. Generally speaking, I'm going to estimate you're going to get maybe 1 or 2 passes per this act. So it's going to be kind of the idea of, hey, you character, you, yes you. Like, hey, you character, you are going to, you maybe choose like, hey, I want to develop a link with a character I know. I want to build a link with a character. I want to do something with a character to develop that particular aspect of the game. I want to make myself better overall. And that is cool. You want to do that. You want to develop your character overall to get more powerful. I'm readjusting my life here a little bit. Nice and quiet day. I don't even know if I'm talking to anybody. Hello, phone. I don't even know if I'm talking to anybody. I could be talking to myself. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's all I need to talk to. Alright. Yeah, so we have drama. Drama is about developing links. Then we're going to have the conflict phase, which is pretty much characters are going to kind of, this is what we would like to, this is going to be the combat phase, effectively. You're going to battle or deal with a threat. There's always going to be the comical threat or something going on. It could be something really simple. Hey, there's a giant yokai on the loose. What do we do about it? I think we should deal with it because we're good people and that's what we do. Hey, we've been drafted into saving the town because during the drama phase, we unleashed a giant alien monster or something. Oh no, that's what we do because that's who we are. It's kind of one of those things like this is a fairly traditional story arc, A, B, C, D. Then we go into the conclusion phase. Conclusion phase is wrap up and cool down. Things are wrapped up at this point. Things are, finalized. Anything that was happening in the drama phase that wasn't resolved, kind of, we settle in conclusion. Hey, anything in the conflict kind of resolved? How do we wrap that up? That's kind of the idea. Everyone kind of gets a pass to see what they want to do, what happens, what doesn't happen, etc., etc. These 4 phases will always occur. This is my idea. These 4 phases will always occur. Necessarily in this order, maybe, maybe not. What's going to mostly happen is if there is, say, a conflict that goes too long and session gets like, okay, we need to end session, you're going to have a conclusion. You're going to wrap up and cool down. Everyone, you pull away from the fight, everyone kind of staggers back a little bit and kind of looks at one another, and you're like, okay, what's the plan? What's the game plan here? When next session rolls around, you're going to have the same phases go on. You're going to introduce the situation. Hey, you're in the middle of a fucking fight. Things are going poorly. Things are going well. He's on the ropes. Something's happening now. You're going to then go through the drama phase. You're probably only going to get one pass between all of you, but this is a time to develop your own links with them among one another, as well as develop rivals. Your rivals link, which is then going to immediately kickstart into the conflict, which you start bashing the shit out of one another. And then hopefully you finish it up. So simple enough in that regard, but simple is easy. I like that. Absolute potential, romancing brawl climax, let's see, absolute potential romancing brawl climax is divided into four acts, each representing struggles and problems faced by the persona in their daily lives. Each of these acts will play out every set. Well, let's see. Each of these acts will play out every session in a series of, if you want to call them passes or rounds. Actually, in a series of passes, we'll call it a series of rounds. Call it passes. Turns, rounds, passes. Call it rounds. Fuck it. We'll play out every session in a series of rounds. Each round will have a persona, choose actions, and resolve conflict. And resolve conflicts with let's see, have choose actions and roll judgments. Let's see. So we'll have action, roll, judgments, the successes and consequences of these acts. Acts will always feed into one another. One section, a success, feed into one another to form the greater story. Town on the border. Let's see, the town on the border never gets. Yep, nice and easy. Hello, Kaloo, how are we doing today? So, first things first, introduction. Ooh. Romancing Brawl Climax. Romancing Brawl. Ow. Why do people ping me weird things? Let's let's do this right. We want to do, yeah, I guess we'll start easy. Introduction. Introduction. The introduction. When the session, let's see. When the session begins, the DM will inform the group of the current situation in the town out on the border. The will inform the group. No, during the when the session actually. Fuck it. When the session begins. When the session begins, each of the persona will introduce themselves. Session begins. Each of the persona will introduce themselves and introduce themselves to the group. If this has already previously been done, if this has already previously been done, this can be skipped. This can be skipped. If the DM, let's see, the DM will then the DM will then inform the group of the current situation and the scenario they are participating in. The introduction serves as a springboard, as a launching point for every persona to find their footing at the start of the campaign, at the start of the session, and where they may be. For example, if the town on the border is currently undergoing a, I don't fucking know, summer festival. Let's say a summer festival. Summer festival. Some persona may be enjoying the fest, maybe enjoying the events, while others trying to avoid the crowds. The introduction's pretty simple. It's just, what's the current state of affairs? What's going on? How are we doing things? Do I want to change the way these look at all? I mean, if I want to, what I can do. What do I want? I want to make these fancy looking. That's not right. Where am I looking? The current scenario. Others are trying to avoid rounds. Generally speaking, introduction is the absolute simplest to understand. Introduce the scenario. All you need to do. Then we're going to immediately launch into draw. Okay, this is where things start getting a little bit neat. The drama phase. Drama. Speaking about drama, this has been the funny thing. I've retaught myself deep yandere simulator lore. Why do I do this to myself? Every now and again, I have to look at yandere simulator. Just feel sad that it still exists. 3, 2. Ooh, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay. The drama during after the introduction, each of the persona will take a each of the persona will have the opportunity to develop. Actually, no, to build or develop links. To build or develop links during the drama phase. At this time, let's see. For the introduction, each of the persona will have the opportunity to build or develop links. This is referred to as the drama phase. As the drama act. Actually, this act is we don't even, we already state what it is. We already know it's called drama. We don't need to say this is the drama act. What am I doing? The opportunity to build or develop links when building. Depending on the situation, each of the DM will announce. Let's see. The DM will announce how many rounds each of the persona have to do such. Without pressure. On average, we'll just see. On average, each persona should have 2 rounds to redeem a manly co-host. Okay, we've got a manly co-host. See, that's worrying that I see Sterner redeeming it, but I don't see Sterner speaking. So I'm going to hit that button real quick. Cock and ball torture. Oh boy, that's what I like to see. Yes, hello Taiga-chan, been a while. Let's see, on average, each persona should have 2 rounds to further their ends. Hello, hey, hello, Kaluk, how are we doing today? What with you streaming ultra late these days? Well, there's a few reasons. First reason was, for the past few days, I've just not been feeling well. I've just been dying a little bit. I've actually kind of recovered today. The food poisoning is done. Good job, everyone. Everything has processed out of the body. I am no longer feeling like death every hour on the hour. Now I just feel like poo. And trying to make my poo better. I'll let you interpret that statement. What happened today was I was getting everything set up. It was about 6:30. I didn't realize how late it was. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get ready for stream. I got everything set up, and then I'm like, I'm gonna make dinner real fast. Because I don't want to have dinner super late, because I have a video to record tonight. So I get everything set up, and I'm like, okay, dinner, I had dinner. I'm like, damn, that dinner was real good. I'm just gonna lay down on my bed for like 5 minutes and just think about how I want to do stream, and out like a goddamn light. I woke up about 2 hours later. I clocked out. There was no hope for me. I don't know what happened. I've just been getting super tired because I've been waking up way earlier than I usually do. Like, on average, I go to bed about 4 in the morning. Like, I am a damn vampire. I am not on my right hours. And I know I'm not. Like, I have a terrible sleep schedule. I've known this for years. But when you're an insomniac, you get used to it. On average, each persona should have 2 rounds to let's see, 2 rounds complete their goals. When it is a persona, actually, to determine the personas, to determine the persona's order, each of them should make a luck check. Should make a luck judgment. Make a luck judgment. Make a luck judgment. Whoever scores the highest will go first and descend from there. Yes, make a roll initiative to determine friendship. As a random thing, I fault you for my obsession with playing King of Dragonflies. I've been playing way too. Yes, King of Dragonflies, the long game. Oh, I don't envy you on that front. The long game, there will come stretches where you just don't get any relevant events. There really isn't. Go exploring, go on hero quests. There always hits a point in King of Dragon Pass, which I like to call the living your life phase. It's kind of like your immediate problems are not dramatic. It's like, we need more magic. Okay, we can always get more magic. We can always get more cotters. We can always get more weapon things. But it's like, you're always waiting for something big. But for fuck's sake, all my nobles are geriatric fuckers with low skills. Yeah, it's... Sometimes you'll roll just an old clan. If you're lucky enough, check your nobles every now and again. There may be kids born. There may be some young ones. Go hero questing. Not hero questing. Go, questing, if that makes sense. Just go wandering around. Sometimes it's like, you gotta just throw them into hero quests and hope they live. I need to do the Elmal one. Yeah, again, it's just living your life. How do we make our nobles better? You throw them into doing skill quests. Child soldiers? Nani? King of Dragon Pass, I think the youngest one you can have is 15. But like, being 15 in Dragon... What am I thinking of for 15? Like a... Yeah, King of Dragon Pass, baby. Making lore is hard. I'm doing well-ish. Yeah, no, there's a few... if you get the Vinga event, that's usually pretty good. And I'm like, here's the child of Vinga. Income's coming up soon. I'm really looking forward to it. I thought about going to Gen Con. I was like, I'm gonna go to Gen Con, and then it just never, in a time, just kind of ate away at it, so I never really got around to it. Also, it sucks that Kalier has to go to the end. The same with Derek. Like, you can't make them kings or queens. Yeah, I get you. Determine the persona's orders. Each of them should make a luck judgment. Whoever scores the highest will go first and descend from there. Luck judgments, for those who don't know, just roll 2d6 and try to score high. You can get the Sartar to make your trip absolutely canonical. First and descend from there. Descend from. How do I want to word this properly? We've introduced everything here. Highest. We've introduced how to do things. We've introduced how to go. And now we have to actually write the 1 to 2 to 3s here. How do I want to word that? How do I want to? The character Nona will. It's bad when I can see it in my head what I want to write. Actually, no, this is the Persona will... I'm actually gonna play test this game after you finish it. God help me. Okay. God help us all. This one's gonna be a fucking mess. I hope you know that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this is just such a... This is such a... I'm not gonna say hard game. Just a very, very dense. Hey, Notepad, how many of your games do you get to play test? Hopefully that clears that, hopefully that clears that up. Is that a cat yowling in the background? No, that's me playing sobbing sound effect. Yeah, I don't really get to play test any of my games, unfortunately. Because my main group is actually playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, in which, because I know damn well none of my people watch these streams. That was a 5-hour session in which we did one combat against blood bugs. Lots of blood bugs. Now, for context sake, blood bugs effectively level fucking 0 enemies. Level 0 enemies. They do no damage, pretty much. They are just annoying. My lovely GM, I love him to death, sent 17 of them at us. 17 from a spawner, no less. And it was like, oh, we also had to fight a Sigbin. Sigbins can go invisible and teleport and do a bunch of bullshit, attacks that can absolutely murk us. They also have an invisibility attack, which none of us had invisibility sight or something. That's the funny thing. None of us had like anything invisibility wise, and we had already burned quite a few like spells and abilities. So it was a lot of like, okay, I guess I'm gonna move here on my turn, and then I'm gonna use the seek action. Because, fun fact, everybody, I'm gonna show you the one thing I despise about fucking Pathfinder 2e. This is the seek action. To scan an area for signs of creatures or objects. If you're looking for creatures, you choose an area you're scanning. If precision is necessary, the GM can have you select a 30-foot cone or a 15-foot burst within a line of sight. You may take a penalty if you choose that area that's far away. If you're using Seek for an object, including secret doors and hazards, you search up to a 10-foot square adjacent to you. Yeah, you make a single secret there compared to stealth DCs, which, mind you, this thing had a stealth DC of like 15. Actually, no, it wasn't even stealth DC of 15. It had a stealth DC of 20 fucking 1. Actually, no, it wasn't even 21. It was like 23. Some stupid amount, because it go fucking invisible. It was one of these horrible things. Like, one of these horrible, horrible creatures. We had to fight that fucking thing. And then, of course, it has a stealth DC of 24. 24 stealth DC. We have people with 0 wisdom who physically could not see it unless they rolled a 20. So it was like, awesome. I guess we're just gonna fucking sit here and just endlessly go around. It's like time for waiting. Like 5 hours, one combat. I'm like, holy shit. Did you piss on a cat or what? No. And there was one time, and I felt so fucking bad for my friend. He had comboed a bunch of stuff together as a wizard, because He's built a stupid wizard. Fun fact, wizards in Pathfinder, they're like, oh, well, we wanted to give fighters more options. Fuck you. No, they didn't. Wizard, like, as a wizard, he has the ability to, like, get his second level spell slots back and shit like that. It's insane the amount of stuff a wizard can do. He did all of that. And he had True Strike, too, which is insane. And combining all of this shit together, he rolled a fucking 4 and missed. So he's like, oh, I'll use a hero point. Cool. And he rolled again, and he rolled a 4. And then he was like, sorry, you just don't get anything anymore. You just lose, and you miss, and it does nothing. And it's like, it is so incredibly fucking frustrating. It's like, that's why I'm not a big fan of D20, like that particular D20 system, because it's like so fucking swingy. And it's like, it's not like he had like a big, like he had a penalty or anything. It wasn't like, oh, he's rolling at a -5 or whatever. No, he was rolling at like a +11. +11, keep the highest, everything. And he used a fucking reroll on it, which normally you can't do. Because if you want to see some top class bullshit, I'm gonna show you some top class fucking horse shit here. If you ever want to see the dumbest fucking mechanic in the world, welcome to hero points. This is a hero point. Now, the thing is, if you get hero points, you have to describe heroic deeds, but you can spend 1 hero point. You can only have a maximum of 3, but you're supposed to get them every session, just a lot of them. You can use the second result. You must use the second result. This is a fortune effect. It means you can't use more than 1 hero point on a check. Like, you can just fail a check, and there's nothing you can do. And then if you can spend them all to avoid death. But if you have just 1, it's the same as having 3. You don't gain a wounded condition or increase its value, and you lose the dying condition. Literally, it's an entire way for you just to avoid dying. Another session of Notepad complains about Pathfinder 2nd edition. Don't know why your GM chose 2nd edition rather than 1st edition. Because he knows 1st edition even less. And I would not fucking... I dreaded him thinking about that, because he wanted to play 5e initially, but this was right during the OGL crisis. So he was like, oh, I want to try something new, because I think what Wizards is doing is scummy. And so he decided to play Pathfinder 2nd edition, and it's annoying. Like, he's doing a really good job of it. Like, he's like, but it's one of those things like, holy shit, I hate this system. I'm having fun with my friends. 5 hours. It's like, and it's like, I try to be enthusiastic, but it's like, cool, we've moved down the path 10 feet because every single combat has every single creature do 3 fucking actions, and it's never just one thing. Oh no, 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 everyone's gotta do that. You gotta click on the button to do the seek action, then you gotta place down the cone just right. You've got to make a check, he's got to make a check, got to double check the check radius, then he gets to determine the result of that. Second action, you do the same thing. It's like, holy shit. Like, you don't realize how slow that game can be. And then it's like, oh... God. I have genuinely no idea how you would play that game, like, in person, though. No fucking clue. I would kill someone if I had to play Pathfinder 2nd edition in person. Holy shit. Maybe it would be easier, because the GM would just say, fuck it. Nice combat so hard. It's a good alternative then. There isn't a good alternative. Like, that's the, I guess, Shadow of the Demon Lord. The thing with the Shadow of the Demon Lord, the problem with that, and what turned him off, you know, at the end of the day, is 1, it has kind of its own setting, and shit. Unironically, I don't know if this is true or not, but the writer of Shadow of the Demon Lord has a scat fetish, I guess, because there's poop everywhere. It's not shit jokes, it's just shit. You can shit there's magic to shit yourself, there's magic to make other people shit themselves, people ass explode, it's... Hello, Sublime Mime, first time chatter as I talk about the shit magic. Several sessions. Yeah, and yes, there's also shit yourself to death spell. Oh. Fucking what? Hi Notepad, how you doing? I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling a lot better, actually. At this point, I've also discovered, like, I've been having some really bad headaches recently. And I was like, I wonder what this is. I also realized something terrible. I have a caffeine addiction because I haven't really been able to drink coffee at all for the past few days. I'm like, I have this terrible headache, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with my mom down to PT, you know, say. And I go down to... Ooh, right. Ow, God. But I go down to one of the coffee, this is Starbucks down there to wait. And I'm having this coffee, and my headache starts going away over time. You know, by the time I finish it, I'm like, I'm feeling a lot better. And then it kind of dawned on me. I, like, opened my phone real fast. I'm like, caffeine headache. And it's just like, well, if you have a caffeine headache, if you have caffeine withdrawal headache, it's like you have a hypertension headache. Because that's what I thought I had, was hypertension. And it's like, oh my God. Like, no! Also, if you want Shadow the Demon Lord without, you have to play Lancerino. See, apparently Shadow of the Mad Wizard is coming soon, TM, but it's been coming soon for apparently ever. It's like, there's just poop everywhere. Pathfinder 2nd edition is Pathfinder 2nd edition is its own thing. It's based on the D20 system, rest assured. Pathfinder Savage World, that came out. That was kind of a... Everyone was weirded out by that. Pathfinder Savage World. That come out? Yeah, Savage Pathfinder. I remember every single person looked at this and it was like, what? You look at it, you're like, oh, that exists? Why does this exist? But yes, you can technically pay Pathfinder in Savage World if you want. Yeah, I went, alright then, bro. Like, why would anyone ever want a scat fetish? Out of all the fetishes, I don't know, man. Man, I don't know. Yeah, Savage Pathfinder was one of those, like, okay, like, I'm wondering who, how do I want to word it? I'm wondering who started that conversation, if that makes sense. Where do I want to go? I want to, let me table. Because this is unironically what this is slightly based off of. Hello, Table Derby, my beloved. Training negative events, overcoming negative events. Okay, so the persona will choose. Okay, the persona will choose a link they have already established. They will establish. Persona will choose a link they have already established, or attempt to build a link. To build a link with a character they happen to meet. They build build a link with a character they happen to meet. They happen to meet. From there, the DM will play out the situation and the problems that follow. This may require. Let's see. How do I want? This may require judgments. May require judgments to assist the potential link, or assist the potential link, or discover some aspect about them. Depending on how the persona pursues this goal or the situation they find themselves in. This may vary dramatically. If the persona has a distinct idea of who they are looking for, and what situation they may find themselves in, then they are free to dictate the result. They are free to dictate the situation with the DM's approval or modification. However, if they do not know or are looking for something more chaotic, they are free to roll on the drama table below. So, welcome to Table Autism. So, generally speaking, we're going to have two tables. First table is going to be fairly simple. This is going to be the building links table, which we're going to need. Whoa. This is going to be the building links, which generally speaking, and this is going to be the developing link. We're going to do places, events, situations. Places, events, situation, people, things, organization. That makes sense. So if we do D66 results, that would be D66 results. That would be. I believe that's 36. Yeah, 36 equally possible outcomes. So we do 36 different outcomes, D66, or we can do. That's probably going to be our best bet. We do D66, which we just kind of highlight like, yeah, D66, this is what this is going to be. We do 36 possible outcomes for both of these. That should be, if we want to make this. Technically, I sort of fucked this up when I made this table this way. I'm just new table, so this would be, if we do 4 results like this, we keep this side small. We keep this side smaller. Point. They do. You're do. Kind of like 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. This isn't final, by the way. I'm just doing this. So this is the right way of doing this. So, but just bear with me. I'm just kind of writing things in right now. I've written one of these tables before, I swear. It's just been a while. I remember correctly, it would be... You can't... This would be impossible right here. You gotta remember how to fucking do it properly. So we would pretty much just need... I know this is incorrect. I know. Just doing this for my own sake. Oh, that would be correct. Oh goodness, a lot of people typing. No wait, we are caffeine fiends. Yes, caffeine. I don't mean to be this way, but I'm sometimes just I'm just built different. I'm just built wrong and built incorrectly. So, new data extraction. Wow, that's super cool. So, what we would need to do is that if we go under... Go away now, Table Derby. I don't need you anymore. There we go. So, we need to develop pretty much links with people. Like, that's the important. We're going to build links with people. And because it's D36, what we can pretty much do is we do this. This would be exactly 36, so that would be 36 divided by 2 is 18. Because we're 3 down, that would be... Oh, that's 18, so we just... There, we put that right there. And we can just... All of you go away. Go. And because we need that for locations, because that's going to be our developing links. Developing links table. So yeah, these are what our 2 tables are going to be kind of like. These are just going to be people mode. It's going to be situations that are like, hey, who are you as a person? Are you somebody interesting? Are you somebody with a... What's the current gist? That's kind of the thing that's going to be occurring here. One of the notes I'm going to have to make sure is that I don't want to put in like a here's a skill necessarily, because it could be something like I don't want to give anything like particular names, because I don't want to give anything. Actually, you know what? When in doubt. Yeah. Stock Japanese characters. Hell yeah. Finally, stock Japanese characters. Ah, yes, stock characters. I know what I'm doing. This is what I need. Fucking finally. Also. Let me think about... No, I can use this. This is fine. This is fine. So, we add in, like, if we just kind of take in, God, that's not it. I mean, I'm being forced to use fucking TV tropes. Truly the most pained existence I've ever been in. But if we kind of do, we just do like the out of place one. I mean, if we just assign them like, here's what it is. It's like a very basic note. Like, yeah, you roll the out of place one. This person just seems completely out of fucking place. Something is very weird about them. It's like, okay, what's their thing? Like, hey, this is a person who knows the skill of, knows a very particular skill. This is literally what it's going to be. Like, build skills, do thing. Hear about the Suicide Squad isekai? Yes, I did hear about the Suicide Squad isekai. Yeah. I don't know about this one, Chief. I don't know about this one. Something seems wrong about this. Something seems incorrect, if that makes sense. I mean, it looks pretty decent. Who's the animation studio behind this? It's WB Japan, I believe. Yeah, it's like, I mean, the designs look weird. I mean, that's clearly more Jared Leto inspired. Yeah. Wit Studio. Why does that name sound familiar? Wit Studio. Who did? Wit Studio, what have you done? Oh, they've done Attack on Titan for a while. Like, what have you done? Tell me. Onapan. Okay, they did Spy X Family. Alright, that's pretty good. Ranking, never heard of that one. Let's see. Vinland Saga. Like, they clearly have some talent on this. I mean, I can respect the fact that they've got just some talent on this one. It's clearly this is some good shit they're working on. What studio clearly knows what they're doing. So, I mean, it can't be that bad, right? Right? I mean, it'd be kind of weird if it was bad. Oh, they did Vampire in the Garden. That's why I remember them. And Vampire in the Garden was kind of mid. Not going to lie. Kind of mid. Like, what did Ritaro... Hal. I wonder who... Was Hal any good? I don't know. Where's Ritaro in Empire of Corpses? Vampire in the Garden. Who do they have working on this? Do we know? Who's the main Ariosada? Have someone Ariosada. No, this is a first-time director. They've done nothing else. That's a little bit concerning. Yeah, that's interesting. What has Ariosada done anything? Let's look a little bit. Let's go on an adventure, everybody. Let's see what they've done. They were an animation. Let's see, Gosick. I remember Gosick. Gosick was kind of weird. Oh my god, they did key animation for Quasar, the best fucking anime of all time. Assistant director, in between animation, character design. Alright. The animation, a lot of animation stuff for them. The animation. This is going to be their fucking directorial debut, it looks like. Like, animation director here back in 2012, but yeah, this is quite literally going to be their directorial debut and their last. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Hey every pony. Let's give you. Hey, first front page YouTube. Decided not to click it. Makes me fully sense for it to happen to fucking DC. Still a fucking isekai. I mean, if you're gonna do something with your Japanese studio. This one seems like an odd choice. Oh, Spike's family. That's a pretty good roster. They have some pedigree. When the fuck DC hopped on Krakow's secretary's ass and greenlit this. It's DC, so it could be either way. Ruby crossover from the Batman in Japan one. Because there is a WB studio in Japan. There's a WB studio there. And they've worked with Japanese studios before. And don't forget, everybody, Ruby is technically owned by Warner Brothers. Like, that's an important thing. How did that Ruby in? What's Savage World based around? The system pure combat or doesn't branch out? It's mostly based around combat. One of the big things is, one of the big things about Savage Worlds is that it's very much a war game. That's one thing you gotta remember. It's very much a war game with some different quirks to it and how it kind of plays with certain aspects. It uses a dice ladder system, so it's like I have a D4 this, D6 this, roll them together. It's not a very complicated game. It is very deadly, though. I know that much. So yeah, this is... I don't know about this one. Yeah, it seems that this is a... This is going to be her first actual... She looks like she's been, again, director. Like, animation director. Like, she's done, like, an episode... Okay, so she was an episode director for some of JoJo. And an anime, like... So she's not done a lot... Like, she's never directed a full show by herself. But she's done a lot of animation direction work. So, I mean, maybe that's not a bad thing. That's one of those things where you look at being like, that's such a weird pedigree. Like, you have a good thing, but is that really... Is that enough kind of thing? Is that actually enough? Let's see. Please find themselves in. They may very dramatically. Okay, actually, what we'll do is outside. Let's see, outside of building or developing links. Building or developing links, the persona may pursue their own objectives or situation. Their own objectives at this time, such as pursuing an investigation or researching pursuing an investigation or developing a new device, or developing their new device. This still takes up the round the persona would normally use. This still takes up the round the persona would normally use. Let's see, the persona would use, but can assist them going forward. For any round, another persona may choose to intervene. Let's see. For any round, another persona may choose to intervene. And join the original persona on their daring. Let's see, on their turn. Both will be part of the scene. Both will be part of the scene and able to interact with the situation. However, joining in on a scene, the original persona may choose to attempt to block the entrance. May choose to block the entrance of the intervening quote ally, intervening persona. Let's see. The original persona may attempt to block the entrance of the persona, with both making a luck judgment. Making a luck judgment actually both making an opposed judgment. Both making an opposed actually no, luck judgment. Yeah, both making it in luck, making a luck judgment. Persona with both making a luck judgment. Whoever scores the highest will succeed. Will either intervene. Who scores the highest has their desires. Pretty much. Hey, I want to join you on this. No, you fucking aren't. I rolled a 7. What did you roll? I rolled a 6. Cool. You're not joining me. Cool. All right. Easy enough to understand. What he's gonna do? Hey, I rolled a 4. I rolled a 6. Well, I'm coming along whether you like it or not. Like, ah, shit. Like, ah, fuck. Well, this changed the situation. If an intervening persona does join, they forfeit one of their rounds if they have any remaining. If they do not, they cannot attempt being. One of the benefits of going earlier is that you have the opportunity you have a little bit more of a reactive thing, being like, I have the ability to say, I want to do this first. I'm going to do this thing first, so other people can join in on me to do the thing that I want to do, rather than kind of having to wait my turn, and then we all kind of join in on you, and then everyone else gets there. No, it's like, you're going to join on me. You're forfeiting your action to help me out. Let's see. If an intervening persona does join, they forfeit one of their rounds if they have any remaining. If they do not, they cannot attempt to intervene. They cannot attempt to intervene. However, the link of the intervening character of the intervening personas, the link of the two or more personas do increase by 1. They cannot attempt to intervene. I might rewrite this section a little bit. It's kind of like the idea, like, you can join, but it's like, do you want to? You're kind of giving up your own action to help somebody else out, possibly. I'm actually gearing up. See how that goes. Okay, so I've experienced at least. Speaking of isekai, I was looking forward to a vending machine one. I've read the books, which are fun, so the anime should be good. Vending machine isekai is one of those things I look at, I'm like, this isn't real, and then I see it, and then it is real, and then I feel sad. And then there's nothing but pain. Because I think the thing that broke me on vending machine isekai, I will bring up fucking vending machine isekai forever. Because it's the fact that it looks just so goofy. Like, this is what the fucking thing looks like. This is just what it is. You look at it, it's like He's just a comically, it's just an actual legitimate vending machine with giant anime eyes. And you look at it, and you're like, maybe 2 nukes weren't enough, okay? All I'm saying is, maybe there should have been more. Like, maybe, like, you look at it, you're like, you don't want to believe it's real, and then and like, I damn well know. Here's the thing, I damn well know. I'm gonna look at it, and there's gonna be like, here's the overly long plot. Like, that's really convoluted, and it's actually amazing. It's secretly the best plot line ever devised by mankind. And then I'm just gonna feel like, no, stop it. You're lying to me. You're insane. You're a crazy person. You're gaslighting. You are being a gaslight gatekeep girl boss, and I don't appreciate it. Let's see, if an intervening persona does join, they forfeit one of the round, they forfeit one of their turn, one of their, how many, each of the persona has. Depending on the situation, you will ask how many turns each of the persona have to do. Average, each persona should have two turns, two turns to complete their goals. Each round, each turn will have the persona choose actions and roll judgments while the round indicates every persona's turn, actually all the characters' actions, and all the characters' turns, all the characters' turns in all the characters turn in a set period of all the persona's turns. There we are. Easy. So you're going to be forfeiting one with their own goals. Still take up 10 round. For any round, persona may choose to intervene and join the original persona. Another persona may choose to intervene and join the original persona. Both will be a part of the scene and be able to interact with the situation. The original persona, if the original persona chooses to accept them, both increase their link with one another by 1. If the original persona does not want them to intervene, they may choose to attempt to block the entrance the intervening persona with making a luck judgment. Whoever scores the highest has their desire. Dictates the results. Kind of like one of those things. Don't join. I want to join. Roll. There it does join. Okay, what am I missing here? I don't think I'm missing anything. Generally speaking, the tables aren't going to be massive. I don't need the tables to be massive. Friendship with phases ended. Now acts are my best friend. Yes. No, super manga nerd. It must be photorealistic eyes 24/7. Complete photorealism. It's cringe otherwise. I'm just gonna post this in here because I want to see how well it looks. If I do that. Not quite what I was gaming for, but you know what? Okay, if we do something like that, that gives us quite a bit of room. We won't need this anymore. That means this, so it'd be 2 separate tables. But actually, if we do that, that'd be 2 separate tables. We can maybe put an image right there to break things apart. That means we immediately go into conflict. Perfect. Okay, I like the way this looks. I like the way this is. I want to be more theatrical, ethical. You don't understand. That's the point. It's be more theatrical. Have no fear. Don't you know I'm being cool with I'm being hip with the kids now. Well, speaking about being hip with the kids, theatrical hero. Hey, where do you think of all these damn things get their thing from? It's Kabuki theater, baby. I mean, if I want to be, let's just to prove that I'm one of the cool kids. Hello everyone. Welcome to my welcome to behind the scenes. Welcome to Eat the Path. My cool new book. Let's check out. Jamie, pull up the sales report. Yeah, let's run the report. Let's see, has someone paid $10 for this stupid fucking game? Why did you pay $10, my friend? You fool, you utter baboon. People are actually paying $1.99 for this thing. It's bad though. I have made $13 off a game I wrote in 2 fucking weeks. I wrote this game in 2 fucking weeks. I've made $13 off of it. Oh my goodness. You should have a subsystem where you roll a single die and have a double-digit check. People want to give you money and support you. Oh no. A bunch of downloads though. Yeah, I believe it's like about I don't know the exact number. But hey, Pocket Quest is no joke. I mean, that's like one of those things. Like that's a lot of, because the big thing is too. This is my my billionaire idea. Let me see. Hello, Eat the Path. It's me. It's me, Garrett White. Yeah, you kind of see this right here. I put this in. Hey, thank you for downloading Eat the Path. If you would like more Sprug Workshop content, check the links below. Here's the landing page, here's the design Discord, here's the Twitter, here's the Patreon. Ha. So like, that's at least a few people who read that. So, hey, we're balling. I'm doing it, everybody. I'm really designing. Now, today 14-page bullshit RPGs, tomorrow 5e content. Sorry everybody, screw new games. We got comma if you put something on Drive though. Can it only be on Drive though? If you do like the really hardcore one, I don't do that. You get like 5% more out of it. Not usually worth it for what I charge. Like everything I actually do on there is actually pay what you want, because we live in we have a fucking industry that's filled with shit. It's kind of hard to like justify paying for anything really. Our industry is filled with a bunch of free shit. It is very difficult to justify paying for anything when the, arguably speaking, the largest, most supported, and easiest thing to do is actually, fun fact, is also free, because you can just play D&D right now. You can just go to the SRD right now and download it and print it out and bind it and just have Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition in your hands. You can do that. That's the thing you can do right now. It wouldn't even be that expensive if you go to a cheap place. You could, yeah, you technically can. Like, what I should do is upload everything to itch.io. Because I do have an itch.io, by the way. Wink, wink. I need to upload a few things to itch.io. I got a few games on here that are just at this point. I need to fix up some of these and kind of assign others. Pigs needs to go. Separus Mortis needs to get fixed. Eagles and Rifles needs to get updated, actually. But yeah, let's see. Got all the stream myself writing here. Like, did I link the... Oh, God, I still have the old website on here. I still have the old Twitter on here. God, why do I do this to myself? I don't check itch often because I don't like itch. I don't like itch and itch doesn't like me. Simple as. Conflict. You don't know what you get until you buy it? Download it? Not even that. It's, like, here's the thing. This is a fairly important aspect. Like, this is the 5e SRD. Yeah, like, you gotta remember, like, you gotta know this. Okay, don't show this again. This is quite literally the entirety of 5e. There are multiple sites out there that catalog every single thing you need to know about 5th edition. Multiple. This isn't even counting shit like, again, Pathfinder 2nd edition, same way. They've released effectively their main games for free. And you have to compete against that. Or the more realistic scenario, you don't compete against that, and you compete in the crab bucket with the rest of us. Because the crab bucket is a nightmare, and we can never escape it. God is dead, and the only hope we have of leaving is that if we kill God. Speaking about killing God, conflicts are inevitable. Conflicts are inevitable parts of life on the town parts of life in the town in the town on the border. Conflicts are an inevitable part of life in the town on the border. There are always beings who enter trying to start trouble or influence society to their own ends. The persona may not directly be involved with their plots or problems, but will inevitably be dragged into their machinations through a variety of situations. While cooler heads would propose dialogue and diplomacy while cooler heads would propose dialogue and diplomacy, cool heads do not get far. Cool heads do not get far. When swords are drawn, when blades are drawn, guns unholstered, Guns on when blades are drawn, guns unholstered, and spells at the ready. Spells at the ready. Combat begins. Combat begins in earnest. Conflicts is inevitable part. Is inevitable part. What's your opinion on both the Open D6 and your opinion the best running? What's the best running game? What's your opinion on the Open D6? Open D6. It's simple and you got to work with it a little bit, but it does its job and it does its job fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. What's the best running game? That's kind of a weird question. You mean the easiest game to run, or what's just the best game to run? Like just fun to run. If we say what's a fun game to run, all of mine, every single one of them at once. Do it now. I have a gun and I'm willing to hurt people. Make sure that you play my game in Minecraft. Generally speaking, though, if I were to be probably the most fun I've ever had, like playing a game, just running a game with my friends, was a complete fucked up version of Exalted using an old bastardized system. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with that game. It wasn't good. We changed it every 5 minutes, but it was good and it was fun. And generally speaking, this is the most important thing in the world. If you're having fun, is it really something bad? It can be, it is. It most likely will be, but you're having fun with it, so it's sort of okay. Ugh. Okay, how do I want to do that? Oh Lord, it's coming. I can feel it. Right there. Oh, nope. Okay, we're not doing it. We're not snoozing. We are not sneezing tonight. God. I'm not gonna do conflicts tonight. No, we're gonna do this on Wednesday. But what we're gonna do tonight, we're gonna do right this moment. Okay, we've got. Let's just fix. God fucking damn it! God, stupid fucking Google Docs. God damn you! There we go. Okay. All right. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put this right here, way in the back, just so I know it's here, kind of thing. Okay. How do I want to do that? How do I want to do it? Okay, so what's conflict going to look like? We're going to set everything up. I've been meaning to do this. We're just going to set it up right now. So, conflict. What's conflict? What's the main thing we got to worry about with conflict? Let's talk about initiative first. Initiative's just going to be like, who's going first? How are we doing things? Oh, cool. Easy enough to understand. I guess we go into the battlefield. Battle initiative, we're probably going to do maybe like, maybe something like 2d6 plus level. So if you're a higher level than someone, you're probably going to go first. Those are 2d6 plus level, easy enough to understand. So most people are just going to be like, okay, 2d6 plus level, I'm level 1, I rolled a 7, I got an 8. I'm going on 8. Battlefield, we're going to do an abstract battle map. Abstract battle map, we're going to make things easier, and it's going to be range band. We're going to have pretty dictated. Actually, if we do action map, we do an action map, abstract ranges. We do abstracted ranges. Let me see. Do I have any notes on mirror? This. No. Look like we have too much in the way of doesn't look like we have too much in the way of like super combat stuff. So yeah, we don't abstract action map with abstracted ranges. Do we have any Japanese number bullshit symbol? Japanese numerology. Numerology is 8 important. Victory, prosperity, and overcoming. Cool. Guess do we got anything for 7? Good luck. Do we got anything for 5? What's 5? Is the 5 good colors? 5 wisdoms. Do we got anything for 9? 9. This means suffering. Translates to torture, agony, or suffering. I would say we're gonna make it 7, 8. 7, 8, or 9. We want to be a little bit there. We want to get some abstract numerology bullshit going on. With the idea of it being, is combat supposed to be fortunate, or is combat supposed to be suffering? Because combat sucks and nobody wants to be in combat. Combat is dangerous. People get hurt. People die when they are killed. Remember that, everybody. Shiro Emiya taught me that. So we've got this. So we're going to talk about initiative. We're then going to talk about the battlefield a little bit. We're going to have to draw up the battlefield. That shouldn't be too difficult, says man who is stupid. So, we've talked about initiative. We're going to talk about the battlefield. I guess then we go to... I guess we haven't talked about health at all. Like, where the fuck do I talk about health? What do I talk about? I can't friendship love the demon girl if I kill her. I can't love you if I kill you with this giant sword. Well, Lamau even. Wounds, wounds, DP. Rest points, wounds and dress points. I guess persona creation, we can assign wounds. We can put, so wait, 3-step process. We have 2, so ancestry, class. The 4th one. 3rd one. I was so confident in saying that it was 3. Ancestry, class, and... I'm gonna have to look at the old video, aren't I? If we want to be precise about it, maybe Okay, so maybe we do something along the idea of... Actually, I guess we can just do... I guess we could do Moon's Link and Geek. Maybe something like that. Kind of like peripherals. I guess we can call peripherals because they aren't like I don't quite know how I want to word this yet, but I'm just gonna write in what this is going to be. It's gonna be wounds, links, and gear. Like this is gonna be what your starting wounds are gonna look like, your starting links, and your starting gear. Because you're not really gonna have that much. Still going on with the clothing armor mechanics? Hell yeah. You think honest love and affection is like cocaine to demons? My brother in Christ, honest love and affection is cocaine to most people. Yeah. What we can probably do is... we explain actions and we do standard actions. We do standard actions and from there we do basic, I guess we have to talk about basic defenses. Because I realize I don't really have like a thing for like just defending yourself really. So I'm going to have to put in a note being like, yes, you can just fucking defend yourself. Of course you can. This is what a basic defense looks like. Let's see. Standard actions, link actions, viewed actions. So those are going to be all our actions that we're going to be able to do. I don't plan on having a shit ton of them, but just enough of them. Standard basic defenses, link actions, feud actions. Clothes is meant. There's no better way of wording this. I still have to remember this is a stupid fucking parody hentai anime at its core. Injury and declosement. What else am I thinking of? What else am I thinking of? I guess we go straight into... after we're done with that, we can actually do we can do victory and defeat, which the entire idea of victory and defeat is going to be links for days, just going to be kind of that idea going forward. Then we're going to immediately go in after that. We're going to talk about gear, because the entire idea of gear is going to be, you're going to have your basic items. You're then going to get into combat items. Then we're going to, because the thing is, I don't want to get the idea that like, hey, you have a +1 longsword that does +1 longsword damage. No, I don't want that, because it's like, yeah, you have a melee skill of fucking 6. And if you pick up a pen, you're gonna be dangerous with it. It's like, if you do actually get good supplies, good actual items, you're making an actual piece of gear. But you saying, I have Like, I have a sword doesn't really mean much. It's just a sword. But it's like, yeah, you've burnt like like you have like your sacred gear or whatever. Like that's your thing. Basic items. I guess we actually go straight into armor. You know, every single anime character's got their special weapon. That's kind of the thing. Everyone's got their special thing that's just their thing. That's gonna be your sacred gears. I guess that's all you really need for gears, and then I guess we go straight into advancement. Though I would say conclusions. Conclusion. Back. How do I want? We're gonna have 3 advancement methods, and it's going to be either a theater production. We're gonna have theater production. We're going to have relationship, or we're going to do arc based. Theater production is pretty much every single session you're going to increase your level by 1. That is your bingo bango bongo, I don't want to leave the Congo, da 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 da. Very fast, very quick, very in your face. We're not going to stop until it's over. It is a theater production. You have very little time with this, it's fine. Relationship is you're going to get this is going to be kind of like your XP based one, which is going to be a little bit more like, depending on the strength of your links, you're going to actually get more experience points, so you want to build up all your links a lot. This is going to be a lot slower game, but it's also going to be a lot more slice of lifey, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, you should do slice of life shit a lot more to build links. And there may be sessions that are just slice of life bullshit. That's fine. That's perfectly reasonable to do slice of life bullshit. Actually, for conflict, I should put in, alternate conflict. So, yeah, so it's like, yeah, just do slice of life bullshit. Slice of life, arc based is going to be kind of more like your milestone. Like, you've hit a certain point in the arc, you're going to level up. You hit a certain point, you're going to level up. So no, Pen, I'm just tired, man. Yeah. Effectively, it's theater production is more of your like rapid fire. We are 100%. We kind of know how things are going to go. Relationship is far more slice of life. Let's build up the friendly romance bullshit tier. Let's all be friends and shit like that. Arc based is very much, here's the like, we're going to be splitting this up into arcs, and at the end of every arc you're going to level up. A little bit more focused, but that's going to be kind of like the, I'm not going to say any of these are the default way, but like all of them kind of have their own valid way of playing. Oh, shit. What else needs to be done? Nothing. That's really it. If you really think about it, that's all you really need. Actually, no. There we go. Foes and rivals. That'll be pretty easy. The entire idea of enemies is going to be pretty simple. Is instead of giving them a lot of skills, they're really just going to have their standard abilities. They're just going to have their stand. They're just going to have stats pretty much. If you want to make a basic character, like basic enemy, like fodder, they're not going to have skills. They're just going to have their basic fucking stats, but they're just basic stats. You don't have to worry about a lot of things. They're not really going to have many abilities or anything. It's just kind of go ham, do whatever the fuck you feel like them. Actual rival characters are just going to be probably about 2 levels higher than you in every situation, or maybe even 3 or 4 levels higher than you. That means they're going to be easier to defend themselves in most situations. They're also going to have more abilities than you. That means they're also going to be just more annoying for you to deal with. But hey, you're together with your pals. So what if they have all their pals and they're doing things to ruin your day? Okay. All right. Generally speaking, in our current state of being, this is what needs to be done. And if we do this correctly, Wednesday, we're going to hammer out the entirety of conflicts. Easy. We can actually even do... We'll do that. Cool. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Friday, we're going to hammer out gear. We're going to hammer out advancement. Awesome. Fuck it. We could even probably hammer out foes and rivals on Friday. We're going to get a lot of this done this week. Because if this is episode 3, it's going to be episode 5 is when we're going to really start wrapping things. Most of the game design will be done by Friday. Depending on the situation, we might... let's see, Saturday we're going to be doing the chaos case. I already know what the case is going to be. Can't share that then. Let me think. We hammer out conflicts and conclusions on Wednesday. We hammer out the rest on Friday. We spend most likely, we're going to spend a vast majority of either next Monday on almost exclusively doing talents and abilities. We're just going to spend the entirety of next Monday, next week. It would be episode 6 on just doing abilities. If we meet our time goals here. Because what's going to happen, why I don't want to do the abilities until a lot later, because all of these are going to inform what we can augment. What can change, what can be edited. Magic is going to get its own section. Oh shit, I should not. Well, I mean, why don't we do supplies, gears, magic, I don't even know where the fuck to put magic. Unless we put magic as its own thing, maybe? Like, we give it its own section. Because the entire idea, like, magic isn't really going to be used for many characters. Because the entire concept of magic is you're going to elect what you want to do, and you're going to be doing. And one of the things that you're going to be doing as a wizard and cleric is you're going to be choosing very certain things in your very particular spheres. You're going to be a little bit unique between each of you because you've elected to become that. Which I'm going to have to put notes in there. It's like, hey, you get this, you get that. That's kind of important. to kind of realize that. Because how magic is going to work is we're going to be using the Barbarians of Lemuria method. With the Barbarians of Lemuria method is effectively spending power points to do higher tier magic, or spending or making a harder roll to do higher tier magic. What you're going to be spending your ability points on, your ability levels on for those classes, is you're going to have a few that are going to be like pretty standard things to augment other things, but you're also going to have one which is like adopt this level of magic, adopt this level of magic, adopt this level of magic. Which is, you're going to just make a rote spell. That's just something you can do off the cuff. You know what it is. It's going to be a little easier for you to do. It's going to be a little cheaper for you to do or whatever. Boom, you're done. Boom, you've done it. It's a lot simpler. And so it's like, maybe we give magic... I'll have to think on that. Okay, I'm gonna call it there though. I will sit on this and stare at it and cry as I usually do, but I have to write a script now. So that's going to be fun. So thank you all for coming. Godspeed, good luck, you know the rest.